After another Bills loss in the playoffs leads to another possible rule change. Obviously, we tried with the Hawkeye technology earlier, I believe in the preseason, and some a little bit last year with the first down marking, and it took forever, and so it didn't get carried into this regular season. But again, now the NFL is reportedly considering using electronics for the 2025 season. Is there a new development in the technology? Is there some other strategy they're going to try to use? And at what point are we just going to use the microchip that's already in the football?
Well, what I would say is, first of all, Roger Goodell is scheduled to have his annual State of the Union this afternoon, and I'd be very surprised if this wasn't one of the questions that came up during the press conference. I'm sure somebody, maybe from Buffalo, is going to ask him that question about whether or not the league has made advancements with the chip in the football. They've experimented with this before. I would imagine if they have the technology, they're going to move forward in a direction where they can lean on it. They're looking for any way to improve these kinds of things. And the chain gang is something that was operating seemingly 100 years ago. If there was a chip in a football that could give you a better reading, then that would be great. But I still think there are issues with that the league is trying to get through. There's no surefire solution. Even if there were a chip in the football, it doesn't ensure that football would have been properly marked, whether it was or wasn't a first down in the AFC Championship game. But the league absolutely has been looking at this. It would love for the technology to be developed. It would love to be able to use it. If it makes sense, it certainly will.
So, and I saw a lot of people talking about how tennis has Hawkeye and everything. They tried it. The NFL tried Hawkeye during preseason, and it was terrible.
So bad.
It was like a 4 or 5 minute wait, and then nothing. It was very bad. I don't know how the technology doesn't exist, or the NFL and the right partner hasn't got in there. You got to remember, it has to be 100%. You know, this tech has to be 100%. Very rarely is technology 100%. That is like a very big flaw of tech. Can operate high, but then every once in a while there'll be a flub. If we rely on this tech, which I'm in for, believe me. I've been calling for the chain gang's head for years now at this point, because I'm about tired of seeing 85-year-old whites trot out there with this thing, and that's the authority on whether or not somebody gets another set of downs or not. But it's like the tech, if that thing flubs any bit, then now all of a sudden the tech is in to screw. I mean, it's something they got to get right. And I'm not sure they've been able to find the right thing. Hopefully, the right tech partner comes around, because in 2025, with all the shit we're capable of doing, you would assume we'd be able to know where the hell a football is on a football field that is being tracked at all times.
Well, and even with the tennis, like John McEnroe told you, like, hey, tennis people don't even believe that
tennis players,
don't believe that is 100% accurate. So if it were to be a situation like that where it would flub and the Chiefs get it the ball either way, then it's just all.
Oh, now this is
that's even more so.
This is a systemic issue now coming from the tech to the entire thing. So I understand why the NFL has tried to be like, we're trying, but we need something that is 100% right, because if that's not right, now you're talking about an even bigger controversy and conspiracy that starts cooking out of it all.
Well, and I read that the chip in the football is in the middle of the football too, so like that's why they can't use it, because like it's gonna, if like the tip of the football gives them a first down, the chip's gonna read like, oh, that was still a couple inches behind.
What's that called? Not a radius. A radius is from the center to the outside.
Yeah.
You would assume the radius would be similar in every football, so you'd be able to do the math. But nonetheless, all you need is that chip to glitch one time, and all of a sudden you have a bigger conspiracy than ever before.